TripleG. Brace yourself for the things you'll see, from comic books to toys and more, and all cartoons that we adore. Pop culture, flicks, and geeky stuff. We love it all and can't get enough. So settle in and enjoy the show. Please hit like and subscribe before you go.
How's it hanging, YouTube? It's Peter here, your ginger Geordie geek. Welcome back to the channel for another Year in Geek. And this year we're looking at 2008. As ever, I'm joined by my usual team. We've got James Teague of the Keegan. How are you, Mr. Keegan?
Heyo, what's up?
You all right? You well?
I'm very happy. I'm happy we're doing a year I actually remember. Like I have memories of what happened in 2008, so I can actually talk on some of these topics.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see as we get through it. I have to say the chat has not been positive about it.
Right, okay.
People want nostalgia. 2008's not felt nostalgia enough.
Well, it is now. It's nearly 20 years ago at this point, so.
I mean, for an old man like myself and Efren, that's like, you know, that's yesterday. Anyway, Efren, how are you, sir? Are you well?
I'm doing well, guys. 2008, I think it was the last year of my 40s. So, yeah, I'm doing well. You know,
this is because on Sunday's show, when I was on with Efren, what did you think you were 30 in 2020?
I messed up in the years, yeah.
Lots of people jumped to correct you, but so you were all right. How are you doing anyway? You're well?
Doing well, yes. Enjoying the summer here. Well, not summer yet, but it's wearing my shorts, starting to wear my shorts, you know, for the rest of until probably September, October, you know, that type of weather here now. Really nice.
Stuff. Good stuff. So let's have a quick look and see who we've got in the chat. Great, you've got 17 people watching already. That's marvelous.
Nice.
Thank you very much. We've got the original Big Dave. Even people haven't seen you for a little while. Dave will have to crack out and go for something to eat at some point. Oh, he was here an hour too early. Yeah, nice try, Dave. Hopefully you jump back on. But yeah, we'll have to catch up, bud, and go for some scran. We've got Joshy Boys Toys. What's up? Nice to see you, Joshy. I've commented on the short, Joshy. I'm sure it was you that commented that you are after a Atom Eve. If it was you, mate, drop us a line on Instagram, because I've got 2 of these, so I'll happily send you one for free. So just drop us a line on Instagram. We've got Terry. Dead Man, good evening, and now 2008. We've got Wayne of the Deacon. Nice to see you, Wayne. Hope you're well. We've got Super Sorrel. Nice to see you, Sorrel. Did a great show with him on Saturday night. We opened some blind bags, so thank you for joining us on that, Sorrel. It was good fun. We've got Von Hoot. Nice to see you, Von Hoot. Von Hoot's put a video out. I haven't managed to catch it yet, Von Hoot. Is it a mystery box? Comic Curing Cancer mystery box, I think you've put out. I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, but yeah, we'll have a look. We've got Chris Bell. Always good to see you, Chris. Barrett, Bitcoin, Beyonce, bankruptcy, Beijing, lots of bees in 2008. Good stuff. Terry, still doing their makeup. Sorry, was that because we're a little bit late? Peter putting these blusher. I don't need blusher. I'm just naturally radiant, red and bulbous. We've got Leon. Nice to see you, Leon. Evening, chaps and chaparinas. Chaparinas. I like that. We've got Sean, panels and a half pint. Nice to see you, Sean. And we've got Stephen. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining the membership on the channel. I appreciate that. So thank you so much for your support. That's great. Thank you. We've got Jack. Nice to see you, Jack. Hope you're doing well, bud. 2008. Robert Downey Jr.'s greatest ever movie was released this year. Tropic Thunder. Going to talk about Tropic. I love Tropic Thunder. We've got Phil. Nice to see you, Phil. Phil, since we've been on a live show with you, mate. Next Tuesday, me, you, and Andy. Hopefully, we're Comic One, so hopefully you're free for that. We've got Dave's back. Been a while. It has, mate. We'll have to catch up. Fuzzy. Nice to see Fuzzy as always here as a hostile viewer. I do not endorse this ridiculous choice. Absolutely fuzzy. Hope you're well, bud. Hope you're well. Let's see, who else have we got? Who's that in the top right? Being a winner, James. That's actually Sorrel. That's Super Sorrel. He's looking a bit less.
Less what?
I was going to say less pasty, but that will work the other way around.
Right.
Sorrel's not pasty. You are.
Yeah, of course.
Is your bedroom door open there? What's going on?
I did just notice that, and I'm there thinking, is there anything revealing in there? But
Yeah,
no.
it's off-putting. Yeah, it's strange.
Somebody trying to escape.
That's it.
That's why it keeps all the chained up people. Yeah. We've got Adil. Nice to see you, Adil. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining. It's freezing in San Diego, Phil says. Wow, the comments are coming in thick and fast. Thank you very much, everybody. I like that suitcase in the back, James. Does
thank
that
you.
go everywhere with you? It does.
It does, yeah. I
It
spotted
never gets
it.
unpacked. I can tell you now, it never gets unpacked. What that suitcase does is it just kind of gets opened and just laying in the middle of the floor. So you've got to step over it and stuff.
Yeah, that's
we don't-
because why would I
we don't
unpack
decant.
everything? I have to put it back in then when the
Exactly,
holiday's over. Yeah,
James.
exactly.
It's, slightly inconsiderate for whoever's sharing a room with you, but
don't
that
care.
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
2008, who remembers the iPhone? Oh, God. Sorrel is saying 2008, I was in full-time work straight out of college and met my future wife in that job. 2008 is too soon.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep, $60 from C3. Everybody make sure you check out Von Hoot's new video, please. And also Deadman's got a new video out today. I think it's on Elseworlds, Terry. Let us know in the comments. I think it's Elseworlds, that one. We've got Comics Vibes. Nice to see you. Well, mate, we are well. Looking forward to getting into this. Dave saying Iron Man. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a second. But we've got Luke. Nice to see you, Luke. Luke has just, well, I'm saying just, was it last week, Luke? Bought a stonking book. He's getting himself a Journey into Mystery 85, I want to say. First appearance of Loki. Is that right, Luke? Am I right? Is it 85 or 84? I'm sure it's 85. But yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. You can say less fat. I'd allow it.
I'm not sure about that, though. We'd have to see it in person.
That's, I mean, yeah, James is deceptive. When you see him in person, huge.
Yeah.
Elseworlds. That's right. Okay, guys, lots of people. Thank you so much, everybody, for jumping in tonight. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. Tonight we are talking 2008. So not that long ago. Loads of interesting stuff. If you haven't seen the show before, this is the show where we look at all the geeky related stuff that happened in 2008. We'll ask you to be active in the chat, so let us know your thoughts on films, movies, all that kind of stuff, and let us know what you think of this list. We're going to look at movies, comic books, games, TV shows, toys, and just for shits and giggles, a little bit of food at the end. Luke saying, yes, it was 85. Thank you, Luke. Yeah. You're not fat, James. You're fluffy.
I like that.
Fluffy.
I'm going to start using that.
Yeah. Some great books on DVH channel. Really good joke. It's always a good joke on DVH's channel. Okay, chaps. We're going to start off with movies as usual. Usual question to you guys. What was the biggest selling movie of 2008? Highest grossing? I can tell you it made 1.006 billion on a budget of 185 million.
Had to be The Dark Knight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We've got The Dark Knight. Got Anton. Nice to see Anton. So yeah, we have got the incredible Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, Christian Bale. One of the best Batman films I think ever produced. Efren, come to you first. What do you think? Is this one of your favourite movies? Or
I didn't even know it came out in 2008. Yes, definitely. And the Iron Man movie also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those two, that I can remember. I'm sure you're going to come up with some more movies that came out, but right off the top of my hat, this one, of course, but also the Iron Man movie. But I think this one probably grows higher. Everybody was ready for this one more, I would assume.
Yeah, incredible performance by Heath Ledger and Christian Bale. And also, the ensemble cast, I think, is incredible. Yeah. James, I know you're a fan of this film. Any thoughts on this one?
One of my favorites, of all time. I think it did an amazing thing. It transcended geekdom. I had teachers in school talking about how amazing it was, and people who the kind of chavvy kids, that you wouldn't expect to watch a Batman movie. I think people respected it at the time as a crime film rather than just a superhero movie. So I thought that was really incredible. I was absolutely blown away from the opening sequence. Yeah. Just the music and the bank heist and everything was just incredible, and I think you're locked in as soon as it starts, and it doesn't let up then. Really amazing piece of cinema.
Absolutely stunning film. Best of the trilogy, do you think?
Yeah, easily, I think.
Efren, what do you think? Best of the trilogy?
Gosh, I did like the first one, because it just brought a whole new, to me, a genre of Batman fans into it, So, uh, yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen them, to be honest with you, obviously, but I did really enjoy the first one too. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So somewhere between 1 and 2 are my first, favorite.
Weakest is the third, isn't it?
Yeah,
My personal view is the
Yeah.
third is the weakest. Sorrell's come in with an interesting take here, and I don't know that he's necessarily wrong. Overrated due to Heath Ledger's death.
I don't think it would have gotten Oscars and stuff. I think if it hadn't been like he won, an Oscar for his performance. I don't think that would have happened if he had a pass away. I still think it would have been like beloved, and well received and everything. But like it has this mythical status now. I think.
Yeah.
That it
Because
probably
of his
wouldn't have. Yeah.
Jack's saying, still says it's the greatest ever acting role. Shame he died too soon. He did some great films. He did one of my favourite guilty pleasure films. I get the wrong name.
Brokeback Mountain.
No. Although I haven't watched the full thing. I only watched one scene.
You skim it.
No. Oh God. A Knight's Tale. A Knight's
Yeah,
Tale.
I love that one
I
with
love A Knight's Tale.
that's a great
He's
one.
very, very good in that.
It's Paul Bettany as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that one.
Dark Knight for me is the greatest Batman movie ever. The Sophie's Choice end was sublime. Yeah, it is. I love it. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it for a little while. 24 watching, only 6 thumbs ups. Wow, thank you for pointing that out, Terry. Come on, guys, get those thumbs up. And thank you so much, 24 people watching. That is incredible. Please do make sure you like and subscribe on the channel, on Past Point Comics, and also on One Good Scare. Dave, I always loved Batman Begins as the best. Yeah, it kind of reinvented Batman, didn't it? Well, got SM, nice to see you, SM. Hope you're doing well. Luke, the bank heist at the beginning is probably one of the best bits of cinematography ever created. It is. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Phil, I agree. I love it, but it's overrated. Batman Begins is the best one of the 3. I might have to go back and watch all 3, to be honest. Yeah. Knight's Tale, 10 Things I Hate About You. Yeah. I love Knight's Tale. Stephen, I wasn't a fan of this Joker. I like my Joker to be a bit more eccentric, smart, but still crazy. Jack Nicholson was... See, I'm with you, Stephen. Jack Nicholson was the best new movie Joker. Cesar Romero is my kind of Joker by far. See, I'm still always drawn to the Jack Nicholson, the gangster kind. I think it played on the kind of the Capone era mob boss kind of thing, Cesar Romero, incredible. Yeah. Did we watch it on my channel? Did we watch Batman 66, James? I can't remember if we watched that. Or if
We did, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Cesar Romero was great. Very, very cool. Very cool. Anton, when I saw Dark Knight, there were 2 fellows sitting in front of me. They cried like babies when we got to the end.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, tragic. Brokeback is actually a tremendous piece of film.
I strongly agree. It's a beautiful love story.
I was joshing
Tragic.
Fuzzy. I have seen it. It's very good, actually. Very good. And I love, I'll get his name wrong.
Gyllenhaal. Yeah, Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I think he's incredible. I think he's massively underrated, actually. Just trying to keep it with the comments, guys. He's coming in thick and fast, which is fantastic. Thank you. One of his best movies is a little indie crime horror called Two Hands. I've never even heard of that one.
I don't know it either.
Yeah, never heard of that one, mate. We'll have to check that one out. Sorry, Efren, I'm covering your face there.
That's okay.
Sean's fighting with Phil about choice in films. Sorry, guys, but he just blew everybody away. It's probably why everybody says, can he be as good as Jack Nicholson? Well, yeah, I mean, there's no denying. Listen, it's a great, great performance. Phil's fighting with Sean. I watched the trilogy again. The third was better than I remember. This one was not as good. I agree with the comments due to Ledger's death. Not great reviews. Batman 89 still Batman. Absolutely, Dave. And Dave, do you know what the nice thing about talking about Batman is? You can't tell in the comments that Disney spoiled it. Which I know you like to say about everything. Do you know what I mean? But Disney hasn't spoiled Batman, Dave.
Yeah, but he doesn't take any pot shots at Warner Brothers ever, does he? Like, no.
We've got Cliff on Comics. Nice to see you, Cliff. I hope you are well. It's a great film. It absolutely is. Please check out Cliff's channel. He's got some great content over there. Heath's greatest performance was in 12 Things I Hate About You. Yeah, that's me and my missus love that one, actually. It's really cool. Heath Ledger gone too soon. Absolutely tragic. Disney hasn't ruined Batman yet. Yeah. Okay, chaps. Second highest grossing film. And again,
Iron
I'll
Man-
tell you, this had a budget of 185 million, made 786 million.
I would say Iron Man then, is it?
Efren?
The only one I can think of is Iron Man. So yeah.
I would think it's
Yeah,
Iron Man.
well, this is an interesting one.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot this year. Yeah,
Indiana Jones number 4. The Crystal Skull, innit? The Crystal Skull. Have you both seen it?
Oh yeah.
I only watched it when the last one came out. It was the first time I'd seen it. I think this is better than people give it credit for, to be honest.
I mean, it's a while since I've seen it. I have to say. Didn't they try and introduce his son in this to try and hope?
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
As,
Just
Mutt.
didn't work, did it?
No, because he was like, they were going for like a 50s greaser kind of vibe with him, and it was just like, yeah, he's not going to be the lead.
I'm right in thinking though, this is the one where he gets in a fridge and survives a nuclear blast.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not much more absurd than any of the other shit that happens in this series. You know,
He survives a nuclear blast.
it's lead lined.
The fridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to keep the sandwiches extra cold. Again, a one I'm going to have to go back and rewatch. I don't remember.
I like this one. I think it's.
I think I remember this one feeling, because we've watched a lot of Indiana Jones movies, and yes, there's some dodgy CGI in there at times, or special effects, not CGI effects at times, but the vast majority of it is proper traditional stunt work. I seem to remember watching this one and thinking there's some really bad CGI scenes.
Yeah.
Is there a scene when they're in the car and the snakes in the car or something? I can't remember.
Well, there's a bit where they're swinging. Shia LaBeouf swinging through vines like Tarzan with monkeys and stuff, and it's just like,
Isn't this the one also when they got into a fight with then an ant colony was below them, like giant ants, and they carried this one guy away?
yes,
Right.
That's this
And
one,
they-
so,
they
yeah.
smacked him up in the
I
bottom.
like people give out about the aliens thing, but I like that it's this is in the 50s now, so you go for like a 50s sci-fi B movie kind of thing, and I think that's a fun idea.
You see, I don't have an issue with the alien skull, because I think
It's
that's
just the rest of
interesting.
it.
Yeah, it's just. And then I mean we moved on from this, and then we got the latest Indiana Jones movie, which was just. Yeah.
If they're going to do any more Indiana Jones, they have to reboot or get a new actor to play a younger.
Do an animated series. I think that'd be the way to go.
Yeah, or just, you know what? I'm happy with Harrison being in it, but you have to be respectful, I guess, of his age. It looks silly when he's doing the stunts and things. Do you know what I mean? So have him as the mentor or something like that to the new whoever.
Well, the last two were an attempt at a pass of the torch thing. So
Yeah.
like the like you had Phoebe Waller-Bridge in the new one, and then Shia LaBeouf in that one. So
I hate it too.
yeah,
Well,
I hated her too. Yeah,
And the
I don't
last
know
one,
why.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
No, I was like, I don't know why they didn't bring Short Round him back for
Yeah.
the new one, like, and have him give him a spin-off. Like,
That would be interesting.
I think she was. Sorry, Efren.
I'm sorry, man. Keep on
No,
interrupting.
carry on, carry on.
They killed off his son in the last one too. They mentioned that he was dead, right? Yeah.
it's just
I
sad.
just remember watching that last one and the Phoebe, what you call her, and just hating her. Not as an actress, as a character. I think they made her character purely unlikable. You know, for some reason it was weird. Anyway, let's have a look. Fuzzy, Monster Ball is my favourite Ledger film. I don't think I've seen Monsters Ball. Have you guys seen it?
Is that the Halle Berry one?
I think was that Monster. I'm not sure.
No, Monsters, the Eileen Wuornos one with Charlize Theron. Monsters Ball is Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry.
Not seen that one. Not
She won the
seen it.
Oscar for it, I think.
Cliff, Dark Knight Rises is better than I recall. I'll have to go back and rewatch it. Lots of people guessing the film. We've got Iron Man, Hulk, Mamma Mia. Anton saying Batman's a movie that made comic book movies grow up. Big Dave, Get Lost, that's horrendous. Not the Crystal Skull. From Cliff, shocking movie. The nuclear retardant fridge. Yeah, I'm with you. James, no, it's not. It's not good, mate. Awful. James, no, it's not at all. People don't like indie in this movie. Indie films have never done it for me, even as a kid. Wow, Fuzzy. The first couple were Christmas films. Do you know what I mean? Loved it, absolutely loved it. But yeah, Dave, the last two indies have killed it for me. Yeah, it's not been a good send off, has it? It's better than what people say, but the special effects are ropey in places. Yeah, and I'm being told not to rewatch it. Von Hoot, it's not as bad as folk make out, but it isn't good. Dave really doesn't like it. Really doesn't like it. It's okay that he met a Ghost Knight Templar, but Peter, for me, but fridge safety is just too far. Absolutely, absolutely. Chris, you know me. If there's one thing I know, it's a fridge integrity, and I know there's no way that fridge would have survived a nuclear blast. Indie movies recently landed on Netflix. I need to watch Crystal Skull again myself. Haven't seen it since I first saw it at the cinema. Yeah, I have to admit, Stephen, it's years since I've seen it. I need to go back. Guys, we've got loads of comments, so I'm going to skip through and just see... is this the one where Shia LaBeouf plays his son? Yeah, it is. It's the one that it's the one that makes you wish it was a trilogy. Dave, you need to remove James from this to save your time. Been trying for years.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of me. I'm like a leech.
Yeah, he's got the password. Yeah. They're trying to make the child above the next Indiana Jones, but he got in way too much trouble, and that was it. Yeah, it didn't seem to flow, did it? Indie Game is great. I've heard good things about that. Indiana Jones TV series, yeah, I remember that. It was really... was that Sherlock Holmes? I think there was an Indiana Jones TV show.
Young Indiana Jones Adventures, was it?
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford's in an episode. There's like one where it's him
Yeah, I
in
think
like
so, yeah.
the late 40s.
Set it for years, give franchise to short round, and here we go. Yeah, we'll go. The Disney indie was truly awful, horrific, trashed my childhood. That mouse. Yeah, there you go. Punisher Warzone 2008. Yeah, we're going to mention that. Anton, it was supposed to be about aliens, and it was supposed to be married to another guy who was like Indiana Jones. Okay. Terry's saying he's scared 9 people off. They come and go, Terry. We're back up to 20 now, mate. Don't worry.
People just jump in to see their giveaway, I think.
That's right.
And then it's like,
There is. There's
what do I
There's
hashtag?
going to be a giveaway, yeah. Now, this came out in 2008 as well. The Incredible Hulk, starring Ed Norton. Now, me and James have recently rewatched this, so we're not going to go into great detail. But this was, in my humble opinion, probably the best Hulk film, or the best Hulk appearance I think we've had for a long, long time. Efren, have you seen this one?
Oh yeah, I love this movie when it came out. Ed Norton, to this day, to me, he was one of the better Hulks. I mean, you can just see the anguish in his face, having to live that life. And I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I went, wow, they're making a really great Hulk movie. There was rumor that there was like a Captain America cameo in this movie during a fight scene with Abomination. He would like come rolling by or something, or a shield. I never saw it.
the original opening for the film, it's a deleted scene on the DVD, is he goes to the Arctic to shoot himself, and you see Captain America frozen in ice.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
And then they mention that in the Avengers. Mark Ruffalo says, I went out to the Arctic and tried to... So the scene itself is canon, but...
Mark Ruffalo says that in the Avengers movie?
In the Avengers movie, he says, like, I went and put a bullet in my head and I spit it back out. So that's the scene he's talking about. So it's the original opening, but it's still a canon scene.
And you're talking about the Avengers movie. He actually did say that. He tried to... I remember he said...
He doesn't say I saw Captain America or anything like that, but he says, like, he references that he went to the Arctic to shoot himself.
Oh, I gotta check that out again. Yeah,
it's a cool scene. You should check it out.
Yeah.
James, I know you're a big fan of this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. I think it's like and like, especially in retrospect now where we've seen Hulk go in the movies further and further away from this, it's just nice to see the big green rage monster, smashing stuff. And I really I love that it's a good, like, kind of man on the run movie. Like the chase scenes through Brazil are great. Tim Roth is great as Abomination. Blonsky, William Hurt,
Still say it's interesting. This is a 2008 movie, and the CGI I think holds up today. That's great.
Definitely.
It's got my favourite scene of any Hulk movie where he's in the mountainside and the lightning's flashing, and he's like screaming and shouting and throwing things at the lightning because he just doesn't understand what it is. It shows that childness of the Hulk. I love it. Just quickly jump to the chat again, guys. We've got Callie. Nice to see you, Callie. Hope you're well. Big Dave, underrated movie. I liked the best Hulk movie from Norton. Yeah, I agree.
Before Disney got their grubby little hands on it, right?
Brave New World was incredible. Hulk 2 without Banner, it absolutely was, Kai. You're right. You're absolutely was. And again, me and James have talked about this before. I think the end to Brave New World would have been much better if you'd had Betty Ross talking
100%,
Red Hulk down instead of the silly fighty bit. Do you know what I mean? It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Ed Norton is the Hulk to me. Yeah, I really liked it. It's such a shame that he drifted away from it. I know he fell out with Marvel and stuff.
I think though, like, maybe it's for the best, because I don't think he would have stuck around for so many movies. That, like, he didn't do 3 or 4 of them and then they had to change. It was just one movie and you can kind of, discount it, I guess.
Yeah, Tony Stark's in the end credits. You're absolutely right. I like this film. People are way too critical. Yeah, I think it's a good one as well, Fuzzy Mate. The film has gotten more love over the years because of how crap the Hulk has been since then. Yeah, I think that's right. Both Hulk films are pretty good. The second one is better. Second one, not a fan of the first one.
No, it's bad.
Ang Lee.
It's very bad. Yeah.
James is back, Dave says. Who's your favourite actor who portrayed the Hulk? I'm going to have to say I think it is Ed Norton. I love his version of Bruce. What do you guys think?
I like Mark. I just think they've tarnished the character. I don't think it's his performance. So like Avengers, Mark Ruffalo Hulk is great. I would probably say him. But Ed Norton was awesome in the role, I think.
What about you, Efren?
Come on, guys. Bill Bixby, man, the original Hulk. That song, the anguish in his face. That was my Hulk when I was growing up. Like, wow, I can't wait for this show every week. So.
I would love a Bill Bixby signature signed book, but the way my look's going lately, it would be a
fake
forgery.
Sorry, I'll do one up for you, Pete.
Yeah, just in a bike.
I'll give you a Passport original. So.
Yeah. Okay, guys, and then of course we cannot not talk about the big Marvel movie of 2008, Iron Man. Came totally left field. I think this is the movie that really cemented superhero movies with a general audience, probably more than anything before. Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, just phenomenal. I just remember going to see this and feeling like it. I've talked about it before in terms of other movies, but this one was the one that made us not embarrassed to be a comic book fan anymore. You could talk about, have you seen Iron Man? Just a phenomenal film. It still stands up. Efren, what do you think?
I just thought of something. So he came out in a cameo in the Hulk before, and then Iron Man came out afterwards, right?
No.
Or was it the other way around?
No, this came out and then Hulk came out 3 months, 3 months later. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when this movie came out, it was such a big deal. And oh my God, I couldn't believe that they made such a great movie. I remember during Comic-Con, they had the his original Iron Man outfit out there, to everybody see. Everybody was just going crazy over it. Great movie, great way to start a universe.
Yeah, absolutely. And that I remember being in the cinema, because this kind of was the birth of post credits as well, isn't it? And I remember I always go to the cinema with the same two guys, and the end scene with Nick Fury coming out and me leaping off my seat almost, and them kind of looking at us like, what the hell? What's the matter? And I had to explain the relevance of what
we're getting Hulk, we're getting Captain America.
Yeah. We're like, all right, okay. but yeah, just incredible. James, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I didn't see it in the cinemas because at the time Iron Man was a B level character, so I didn't really care for it. And I was sort of moving away from superhero stuff at the time, but I remember I watched it on a laptop a few months later and loved it. And I remember when my ears, when Shield perked up, I was like, oh. And then the post credits obviously was amazing. But it was cool to see a flawed hero, he's an asshole in it. And I just thought that was really fun. It's just an amazing performance, and it's just such a well crafted movie. So absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Callie's exactly right. The Kingdom of Nerdom suffered heavily in the States and in the UK until this point in time. This movie turned the tides of nerd bashing. Yeah, I think you're right. A great film, and it started, crikey, a franchise that, yes, it's wobbled at times, but I think we've all invested so much time into this universe now. It's phenomenal achievement, really.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. is just amazing, absolutely amazing. So, few other films that came out in 2008. Just wanted to stick a few up there. Tropic Thunder, someone mentioned earlier on. I absolutely love Tropic Thunder. You guys both seen it?
Oh, yeah. I'm the dude that's playing a dude disguised as another dude. so good. Oh, God. You couldn't do that now, though.
I think the thing I loved most about, not most, sorry, because I love the entire film, but was when I went to the cinema to see it, you get the fake trailers at the start.
with like
And I genuinely thought, what is it? What's going on here? You know, it was just
is it Robert Downey Jr. and Tobey Maguire as
he's a
priests or something?
Yeah. I just loved it.
Another great thing, Tom Cruise in that movie as Les Grossman is just phenomenal. Like really, just
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Get Smart. Either of you guys seen Get Smart?
Yes.
yes.
I don't remember much about it, but I remember seeing it. Yeah.
Again, great fun film based on the old '60s, I think, TV show. The Rock's in it. He plays the spoilers. He plays the agent who's the bad guy.
Oh wow.
But again, just funny, just a good funny movie. I love Stephen Carell. I'd have to say. We've got Twilight.
Yep, I saw that. Just, came out at the start of the year. I think I saw it for my birthday. I think it was meh.
Quantum of Solace. I think from memory, and I don't want to do a disservice, but I think one of my least favourite of the Craig Bond movies.
I liked it at the time, just because it was like, oh, cool action or whatever. But like, it's missing a bit of, that oomph. And it was interesting, like to have like such a direct sequel. Like it is like the second part of the Casino Royale story, rather than like its own kind of standalone thing.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's as bad as people. It's as bad as people say it is.
The problem with Bond for me is there's that many of them now that all meld into one. Do you know what I mean? So I cannot really remember the detail of Quantum of Solace. I'll probably try and go and see it, watch it again, and then we've got great films. Wanted, which
I love that. I love
very
Wanted.
Different to the comic series.
Yeah, it's great though.
Still a
So good.
film.
James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, so good. Ben and
Good old
Bullets.
Kung Fu Panda. Again, loved it at the time. Cloverfield. Never particularly got excited about it, but it's not a bad film. Wall-E, don't think I've ever seen. Hancock, I think, is underrated. I really enjoyed Hancock.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, quite
Watched it
liked
back
that
then.
one.
Yeah, wasn't a fan.
Yeah. And I've never seen Pineapple Express, but everyone else I've got to.
Yeah, because you don't like the drug use in it, isn't it?
I gotta go and watch a film about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
And look disapprovingly all the way through.
It's very funny. It's a good time.
Efren, which of those jump out at you?
Gosh, I mean, such a long time ago. One that I just never got, and I seen it though, was Twilight. I mean, they made such a big deal about that movie, right? But it had its own niche, obviously. I did enjoy Wall-E, just the animation, about humanity and stuff like that. So just such a long time ago. But of all these on here, I think the one I liked is the one Wanted with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I really like that movie.
Yeah, the curving bullets and things.
Yep, curving bullets. How the heck they do that?
Just going to jump into the chat, guys. Super Sorrel is saying, I remember heading out to the cinema, just about to leave, and the film comes back on, post-credit scene. The hype was real. Then explained to my dad who Samuel L. Jackson was playing. Yeah. But that was at a time as well when I don't remember seeing any spoilers about that at all. So it was someone had said, you've got to stay till the end. But the fact that it was Samuel L. Jackson as the Ultimate Universe version of Nick Fury blew my mind, because didn't expect it going in, Let's have a look. We've got Christina. Nice to see you, Christina. I hope you're doing well. Tropic Thunder is a classic. Yeah, I love it. I need to rewatch it again, actually. Yeah, I'm just thinking of some of the jokes in it and thinking, yeah, you definitely couldn't say some of those words even. Never go full, yeah. Twilight quality. Dear me, Phil. Dear me. Yeah, okay. Wayne watched Tropic Thunder last night. Tropic Thunder, massive laws. Yeah, lots of people loved it. I've always enjoyed Pineapple Express is superb. Yeah, I need to watch it. I will have to watch it sometime. Where is he? There's a piece of him everywhere. It really pops it and blows up. Tom Cruise was a masterpiece in it. Just such a role that was just so unexpected for Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's ugly and he's crude and he's like he had the squeaky clean kind of reputation. Yeah. So to see him kind of do that kind of dirty character was so interesting. And he just does it so well. Like,
if this movie Iron Man didn't work, they were in a lot of trouble. Absolutely, yeah. It could have all fallen down, couldn't it?
Yep.
Thank God it didn't really. Still never seen the sparkly vampires. Yeah, I'm with you. Still waiting for Scorcher 6. Yeah. I feel Hancock was a bit underrated and quickly forgotten about. I really enjoyed it, and the take on the superheroes just bummer. Yeah, I thought it was a good film. I watched it again maybe a year ago. It was on Sky or something, and thought, oh, I'll give it a shot. And actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I remember the bit where is he in prison or something, and he's like, "I'm going to shove your head up his
Yeah.
ass," and then he does it. It was like, yeah, that was sweet.
Loved Cloverfield. Would like a direct sequel to it. I think we're
They're
not getting
doing
that.
Yep,
Yeah,
we
we're
are.
getting one,
Yep.
Sean.
Next year, I think.
Yeah, we're getting one, yeah. And we've got Connie. Nice to see you, Connie. Hope you are well. 2008 was a great year. Twilight was peak cinema. Wow. I don't think I've seen it, Dave. I don't think I've seen the full Wall-E, to be honest. Hurt Locker was 2008. That's phenomenal, Wolfram. Yeah, I remember that. It's absolutely superb. Great movie. I'm actually wearing a Twilight shirt. Phil saying it's actually a poor list of movies. Oh, sorry, Phil. Turned off Twilight as soon as the vampires went all twinkly. Yeah, I saw a great meme with the Twilight vampires on a hillside or something cuddling and Blade standing behind me with his gun out. Yeah, it's very cool. Let's have a look. Pineapple Express was a bit cack, but I only saw it once. Pineapple Express is definitely American stoner comedy. I'll have to watch it. I'll absolutely have to watch it. Wanted is very, very silly, but I do love it. Me too, mate. Yeah, and you can't go full. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys. So that was the movie scene. Briefly going to touch on toys because there wasn't a lot of toy talk, to be honest. What do you guys? Either of you know what the biggest selling toy of 2008 was? The most popular Christmas toy?
Maybe. Oh, I'm not sure what toys came out, but just maybe Sesame Street. No, nothing to do with that.
Random guess. Sesame Street.
I was thinking of the Grouch, the guy in the garbage can, or
Yeah,
Elmo.
yeah,
I'll be Elmo. Tickle me Elmo.
Yeah.
Tickle me Elmo. Is it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I see Sesame Street's being saved. It's gone to Netflix.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so again, not speaking politics, but because of the lack of funding, is it PBS or something?
Yeah, PBS.
Yeah, PBS. Because of the lack of funding, the withdrawal of funding, it was laid off 20% of its workforce, but it's managed to get a place on Netflix.
Now, I heard, not speaking politics again, but they made fun of a certain president back in the day, and that's one of the reasons he had a grudge against him. So, yeah.
Hi, Beth. Nice to see you. So, Carrie's saying, yeah, on Netflix, but still allowed for free on PBS. Good stuff.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so number one toy. My kids had these, and I can tell you they were dog shit. This is these Air Hogs remote-controlled helicopters. Either, Efren, I can't imagine you had one of these to play with, but either of you guys had these.
I haven't even heard of them.
Bloody awful. So they were all the rage for about a year or two. Little remote-controlled helicopters. In that these ones had infrared lights and things on them so they could blow each other up and all that kind of stuff. But just awful. I mean, we had
They
them
just
at
slam into a
Christmas.
wall, probably,
Just
don't they? Like,
seal
immediately.
just slam into the seal and then hit the dogs. That's all mine did. Christmas Day was the dogs running around screaming, and these things flying up and down and just smashing into stuff. Just awful. Now, fair enough, that might have just been that I couldn't control it, but neither could me kids or me dad or anybody else. Fuzzy saying, arrest my kids. Callie, Air Hogs were a menace. Absolutely, just awful bloody things. But yeah, they sold incredibly well. Other big toys of the year, we had Indiana Jones, a lot of Lego play sets based on the new movie and whatnot. McDonald's had the Kung Fu Panda Happy Meal figures, and the Burger King chain had the Hulk figures. Now I remember having some of those Hulk figures, I'm sure. Not that you'll know from my physique, I don't eat a lot of burgers and stuff, but I seem to remember having a lot of the Burger King ones, more so than the Kung Fu Panda. Notable as well, McFarlane did the release of the Halo action figures.
Yeah, I had one of these. Yeah.
Really nice figures. Really nice figures. Any of you guys have any of those? So James, you had some of the Halo figures.
Yeah, I had a Master Chief and I think the main character from Halo Reach as well. They were cool, really good detail, and like they weren't super expensive, so like yeah, good times.
McFarlane toys too great. I mean, the detail on those is fantastic.
Yeah,
really nice. There's a whole host. I'm not going to go through them all, but I had a quick look at like the Marvel side of figures.
Wow,
some really interesting lines. A lot of Hulk-based figures, obviously because of the movie coming out. Really nice looking play sets as well. I quite like these. The Ultimate Nick Fury and Captain America play set, very, very cool there. Fantastic Four, the Wolverine and Forge, and then Elektra as a Skrull and a Ronin, and we're going to come on to that later on. So we've got 2 packs there of normal Elektra and then a Skrull Elektra, based on the comic series of the time. So yeah, with 2008 not being that long ago, really, we've got some nice looking Marvel Legends, Marvel figures there. So yeah, not bad at all. Any of you guys have any of those?
Not one.
Yeah, no, I don't think I
was moved away from figures at this point, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think I was into the Marvel Legends then. If I was going to pick any of them up, I would have probably picked up the Captain America and Nick Fury, but I don't remember seeing that in our shops, I'm afraid. Just going to jump to the chat. Connie, I was 11 in 2008. Wow. So I think probably just relating to my Nintendo DS and was retiring my Bratz dolls. Callie wants all of those Hulk toys. Jack, I had and still got all of the Indiana Jones Lego sets, worth some money now. Yeah, Lego certainly keeps its value and increases in value for a lot of them. Did the set coincide with the Lego game release? I'm not sure, Callie. I don't know if we've got a slide on the Lego game later on. But
yeah, Lego Indiana Jones, I think, was 2008 to tie in with the movie.
I agree with Fuzzy a bit here. Movies weren't up to much, and these toys are supposedly the best. They look like trash. Does 2008 get better? It gets some interesting stuff in 2008. They're all bad. TV was pretty good in 2008. Okay, comics were interesting in 2008 as well. So we had the launch of Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion being the series in which the Skrulls kind of infiltrate the Earth. We had some excellent posters in the comic books like this one, of trying to embrace Skrull kind. And then we've had more recently, haven't we? We've had the Disney Plus TV show, which was not the best. Now I think we both are all read Secret Invasion on JP Venom's book reading channel a little while ago.
Yep.
You remember much about it?
I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. I don't know why. It just didn't have that kind of oomph for me. Part of that might be like I didn't see a lead-in story, and like there's obviously loose ends that for the next event thing. But I don't know. I was sort of just disappointed. I didn't see what the big deal was.
Yeah, I think it was flat as a fart, if I'm honest. Efren, do you remember much from it?
I loved it. I just thought it was so cool being, all these characters that, they were Skrulls. You want to know who was who. And I think Mockingbird was dead in the Marvel Universe, but it was a Skrull that had died and they brought her back. Yeah. I thought it was very well done. I mean, I just really enjoyed it. Who the heck is who? I thought, the TV show, but this one, I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool premise to me. So
I think it was interesting, but I just think for me, it just didn't hit the right marks. And I think, sadly, I either got lost or I just didn't understand who was who and when people had been replaced. And I don't think it was explained particularly well. There was some interesting battles. It made good old Norman Osborn the kind of the hero of the piece at the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which led to a lot of
Dark Avengers.
Yeah. So yeah, an interesting series. Speaking of really bad series, we had Final Crisis from Grant Morrison. This was on the back of the year-long countdown to Final Crisis. Either of you guys read this?
Nope.
I don't remember if I did or if I didn't. That's how good it was.
So I read it. I read all of the connecting issues and all the different kind of mini-series that are attached to it and stuff like that. Some of them were okay, but this for me suffered as usual as Grant Morrison's work does, with it just being so bonkers and crazy and kind of weird that I just didn't understand what the hell was going on most of the time. So the story basically is, in the future, Darkseid dies and his spirit travels back in time, infecting people and things like that. And some people turn bad, like Wonder Woman, they kill Martian Manhunter. It's kind of mainly known for the fact that it brought Barry Allen back as the Flash. Didn't know why, but he just he comes back, running through time, chasing a bullet that's shot through time or something. I don't know. It ends with Batman being killed, but he's not killed really. Instead, he's transported back in time. And then there's a mini series of him basically working his way through time as a pirate, and then there's a caveman and just I'd be interested in the chat if anybody read this and enjoyed it, because I've tried on a few occasions and just cannot get my head around it.
I think one of the problems with comic book writing is when they get too convoluted and makes you think too much, and you, as many times as you read it, you get confused and you're just saying, what the heck is going on here? You know,
I get that quite a lot with Grant Morrison's work, I have to be honest. His concepts are so out there for us, it hurts me head. Jack is saying, recently reread Final Crisis, had to take a break after every issue. It gave me headaches, mental, how crammed in it is. Yeah, it's all over. Anton read Secret Invasion and was pretty good. So glad you enjoyed it.
There you go.
Next, couple of big books that happened. We had Hulk issue 1, first appearance of I don't think it's me echoing. I think there is an echo, Phil, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. We had Hulk issue 1, first appearance of the Red Hulk. Interesting series. I'm not sure what I thought of that one. I wasn't particularly keen on the first introduction of him and the way he was punching out the Watcher and beating Thor and stuff like that. We also had, in Captain America 34, Bucky Barnes taking on the mantle of Captain America, and then we had the introduction to Lock and Key, one of my favourite all-time series, which is absolutely phenomenal. So out of those three guys, any of you read those and particularly like them?
Lock and Key, just like it's something different. I wasn't really into Marvel comics at the time. I didn't read many of them, so I liked that. I liked the darkness of it. Like it was spooky. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
TV series is pretty good as well. I like.
Haven't watched it yet. I have to get onto that. Yeah.
Efren, how about you?
I liked the Hulk when they introduced him. You know who the character was. I mean, I'm sorry, but I enjoyed when he was punching out the Watcher, and when he beat up on Thor, and it just goes to show whoever is the Hulk, and it was Thunderbolt Ross. His mentality, his brain set was different, and he was more in control of this Hulk than Bruce Banner. It was Bruce Banner's past. But I'm sorry, but I enjoyed it. I like the current comic books that are out right now with Hulk too. I also like Bucky when he became Captain America for a little while too. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, you haven't got to be sorry for liking it, Efren. We're allowed to. Do you know what I mean? Don't
I'm sorry
about that. No,
sorry I said that.
You should be. You should feel bad.
Yeah. Bucky, interesting costume designed by Alex Ross. So yeah, love that.
Oh, okay.
Love that. Yeah, I love that design as well. Really
I've never seen Lock and Key. I never read Lock and Key, but I watched the TV show and I really enjoyed it. So.
The book is far superior.
Oh wow,
the book's incredible. Yeah. Written by Joe Hill, who's Stephen King's son. Yeah, just he changed his published name because he didn't want any kind of favors from publishers because of his dad.
Nice.
So yeah, and he does a lot of short story horror, and his books are incredible. So well worth checking out. Sorrel's just saying, yeah, he's live tomorrow night with Jacob. Is it 8 o'clock, Sorrel, I think, for Midweek Geek? So confirm in the chat. I'm sure it's 8 o'clock over on Sorrel's channel with Jacob Toys. Didn't like Lock and Key show. Might give the comic a chance. The comic is far superior, Jack, and you can get it in some really nice volumes. It's worth picking up. Loved the first volume of Lock and Key, but never got back into it. It's worth continuing on. Von Hoot, the full story is a beautiful story. If you've watched the TV show, it's nothing like the book by the end. The end of the book, end of the TV show kind of goes totally weird. The comic's amazing. Phil's saying it's worth revisiting. Von Hoot, it gets a lot darker as it goes on. It certainly does. Terry, I've tried several times to read Final Crisis. I now just ignore it, but I like the stories of Bruce heading back to his present. I like the time travel period stuff. Yeah, I think, Terry, it was just all too much for me, mate. The comic's got some similar themes to it, and they do try and copy a couple of issues, but overall the comic books are much more satisfying, fleshed out read. It's really worth picking up. It's one of my favourites. That and Invincible are always kind of the ones I would recommend going for. Connie's a big Bucky fan. Yep, lovely first appearance of Cap Bucky there. Lock and Key book is better than the show. Joe Hill's books are fantastic. Absolutely agree. Heart-shaped box is incredible. That's well worth reading. The cover of Lock and Key always put me off. I need to read it sometimes. Worth picking up. I liked it that much. I spent a silly amount of money on prop keys. So they were releasing prop keys at one point. So I got the Mind Key and the I can't remember which other one I got, but I got 2 of the keys in my full size kind of in my thing. So yeah, it's very cool. Jacob bailed on me, so it's just me chatting new toys tomorrow at 8 p.m. My wife's out tomorrow, Sorrel, so if you want to guest, I'm happy to jump on. Just let us know. I remember that book called Rest in Peace Batman. Not too bad. Yeah. Let's have a look. Sorry guys, the chat's great tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm really loving your involvement. I like the one shots of Batman. Everyone's different. Check those ones out. Terry. With a fake. Shit. I'm gonna have to go and check them, Fuzzy. I bet the chocolate. Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know what Fuzzy's saying there, I put out a video recently about a fake Superman signature I've bought, and then I will put out a video on the other thing. But basically, there's been a whole hoo-ha in the world of comic book collecting over the last few days, where a whole host of artists have publicly put on Instagram that people have been forging their art and putting it on comic books and signing it. There's about 7 or 8 pieces. People have investigated it, and it turns out that it's one seller on eBay who's selling all of these items. Of course, I recognised the seller's name and realised I've bought a Jim Lee sketch from him 2 months ago, which is obviously now most 100% likely fake. So yeah, paid about £350 for it. So rather irritated. Yes, dude, if you fancy a chat, please join me. Yeah, no problem. Like I say, I'm in all night because Alona's at the theatre. One shots. On the upside, you're starting a nice collection of counterfeits. That could be a new rabbit hole, Fuzzy, couldn't it? That could be a new. I'm going to Google it on eBay. I only want
absolute cracker, that one.
Yeah.
Maybe worse something.
Yeah, I'm scared to check my art and SIGs now after seeing yours. Yeah, it's scary. Oh, Phil, I love you. One for the giveaway. Hashtag free kicks. I like the way you think, Phil. That's a possibility. I could do that. Yeah. Two other things to mention. We got the first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy, the rebooted kind of version of them. This is the version that gave with the Marvel Universe Guardians. Actually an incredible run. So well worth checking out. And we also had Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman, which, despite what I've just said about Grant Morrison, is absolutely phenomenal. If you're on the fence about Superman, read this series. It's spectacular. So yeah, love that one. Absolutely love that one. Okay, quick intermission, guys. Just to mention, thank you so much to everybody that has become a G-Force member. Chris Bell, if he's still in the chat, will now start messaging G-Spot. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody that's joined. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot, and it helps us stock my giveaway box. Speaking of giveaway box, hashtag 2008 in the chat, and we'll give away some comics. I send them anywhere in the world. So please do hashtag. I know you said hashtag G-Spot. Hashtag.
That's a better one. Do that one.
No. The YouTube algorithm will flag it, and I'll get the channel taken down. G-string, Jesus. Hashtag 2008, guys. Hashtag 2008 to give away some comics. Dr. Von Hoot, All-Star Superman. Why didn't you lead with that? That's top tier. It absolutely is. It's stunning, mate. Stunning. Okay, so stick that in the chat and we'll give away some comics. Whilst you guys are doing that, let's jump on to TV. Guys, any ideas about what big TV shows came out in 2008?
It's a big year for television, I think. If I remember right, Breaking Bad started in 2008 and Sons of Anarchy started in 2008.
So we've got Breaking Bad 2008, Sons of Anarchy 2008, and The Clone Wars 2008. Yeah. All three shows that I've never seen. Man,
Breaking Bad. Yeah. Breaking Bad's essential watch. Like, you have to.
I've not seen any of them, and people keep telling us how amazing they are. But I don't know. I think sometimes it's, when these shows get so big in so many seasons, it's quite intimidating to try and go back and watch them.
Yeah.
So it's not until I've got what do you call it? Oh, my brain's gone blank. Game of Thrones. I was completely behind on that. I didn't watch that. But then we watched it during COVID because we had time to sit on weekends. So Breaking Bad feels to me like a retirement plan. Yeah. Sons of Anarchy as well. I've heard nothing but good stuff about that as well.
I haven't seen that one myself.
Yeah. So you guys have all seen Clone Wars, and I know you've spoken before about that, about how amazing it is. Big fans. So 3 great TV series. Anything you want to mention on those? Efren, I'll start with you.
I never saw Sons of Anarchy, but Breaking Bad, I can't believe it came out in 2008. I didn't watch it until after the series was over with, so maybe that's why it caught me by surprise. But I loved it. I just binged through that one. I went, wow, what a great show. And same thing with Clone Wars. Every time I go to a Comic-Con, I see big, giant posters of, especially of Ahsoka. Like, who is this character? I just never got into watching it. And then after I did, I really got into Star Wars animation, the Bad Batch, and everything else that came after that, and Rebels. And there's a new one coming. There's a new one that's out right now that's like with the villains. It's really,
Tales of the Bounty Hunter and Tales of the
Dark
Empire
Knight?
and stuff.
And they have, I really have been enjoying them. One thing I like about them, they're nice and short, especially the Clone Wars, they're like 15 minutes. Wow, these are really good. I really have enjoyed them. So hopefully Disney will keep on coming out with more animation from Star Wars. I really enjoy those.
Good stuff. James, how about yourself?
Yeah, but Breaking Bad is just an all-time great story, like of a good guy Breaking Bad turning into a bad guy. Like, it's phenomenal. Performances are amazing. Like, some of the best scenes in television. Clone Wars wasn't good at this time. So 2008, 2009, season 1, season 2 are like it wasn't really till season 3 that show hits its stride, and it's really just incredible. But I even remember the movie being like, what is this? Why are they doing this animation? What? And I didn't like the idea of Anakin having a Padawan, and that's just not mentioned in the movies at all. And now that's one of the greatest characters in all of Star Wars. So it's you love to see a turnaround. You love to see an underdog win. So that was nice. I'm just happy it's a thing.
Did you guys ever see the show Seinfeld?
Yep.
He was the dentist in Seinfeld, the leading actor in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and he's huffing the gas, isn't he? Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Just jumping to the chat, guys. Let's just bring that down. Excuse me. I feel like GeForce needs official membership cards.
That'd be nice. I'd join for that.
So I have taken delivery today, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. Von Hoot of kind of postcard size things for us to write thank you notes to, stickers and mugs. So all come in members' ways.
Can I get one?
If you're a member, yes, you can.
I'm not a member, but just as a solid.
No. Let's move on. Let's have a look. I've got to keep member perks. I've got to keep. I can't give you one. And
I would think I'm an honorary member at this point. It's not like you pay me to be here or anything, so.
I mean, I see it more as outreach, letting you be on the show, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Bowling shirts, Fuzzy's asking for.
That'd be cool. Tattoos.
Matching tattoos. Like lots of things I have on DVD, I still haven't watched the last 2 seasons of Breaking Bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Stephen, never seen it, never fancied Breaking Bad. See, that's the same with me, Stephen. I don't know why, it just didn't appeal to us, but everyone's told us it's amazing. So I kind of have to watch it, I think. Seen Clone Wars animated series multiple times and love it. Matching tats, Fuzzy said. Yeah, could do. 1 episode of Breaking Bad, Pete. That's all it takes. Then fair warning, kiss goodbye to the next 3 weeks. Yeah,
you got to watch the sequel, Better Call Saul. That was really good too.
And then there's a movie as well, El Camino.
Oh yeah, El Camino. Yeah.
Okay. Anton, All-Star Superman was a great story. He was spot on, bud. Spot on. Breaking Bad was long finished before I watched it, but it's well worth a watch.
Yep.
Sarah Connor Chronicles out in 2008. Don't remember it being any good. Breaking Bad is very good. Sons of Anarchy is a bit like watching Walking Dead. It's great when it's great. It's the first worst when Charlie Hunnam is talking. Yeah. Dirt worst, not first worst. Fuzzy's confirming the accent is a bit ropey as anything. Don't forget 2008 in the chat, guys. Is Star Wars Clone Wars really good?
Yep.
Yep.
It seems great.
First 2 seasons, a bit of it's a hump to get over, but then after that, it's great. I'm noticing I'm getting an absolute dog's abuse here in the in the chat for the gall of me suggesting maybe I just should get a mug. The fuck, hey, Chris, that's a bit too far now. I don't consent.
There's a famous I've never been in a club that would have me as a member. Well, I've never been in a club that would have James as a member.
Great.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. Other TV that came out this year, True Blood. Absolutely friggin' love True Blood. Now, James, you must have seen True Blood.
I think I've still watched the first season, and I've seen an episode here or there after that. So yeah, I love the portrayal of vampires. I like that they're like integrated into society. I think that's such a cool idea. You know, that there's like marketing for fake blood for them. I think that's just a
That
cool.
comes later in the season. It's just such a, and it's not just vampires. There's werewolves. There's witches. There's all kinds of stuff in this.
Yeah.
Performances are amazing. I loved everything about True Blood. Loved it. It was a little bit of an uncomfortable watch at times if you're sat with your parents because it's quite raunchy.
You're
There's a
very
little bit of
yeah.
sex in there, you know. Yeah. Efren, have you seen True Blood?
No, never saw it. I know I've heard about it, but I just never had a chance to see it. You know, so you used to see this show with your parents, Peter?
I think when it first came out, I'm sure I watched it with my parents. Yeah,
Awkward.
It was awkward at times. It was awkward at times, but some of the performances just phenomenal. Great series. Fringe, I loved Fringe as well.
Yeah.
We've talked about this in a show recently, a sci-fi show. Just a great series. Again, great performances. Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. I don't think I've seen an episode of that.
No, I'm surprised. I've seen a couple of episodes here and there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I and I was disappointed it was only one season, you know, so I really liked that show.
People love it. It gets a lot of praise. Like,
Really well done.
Do you see the Terminators in it much? Is there a lot of, because I was thinking like the exoskeletons and stuff like that.
yeah, it's mostly my memory is that it's mostly like people like are the Terminators, and then they'll like half their face will melt off or something like that. You know, it's like I don't think you see much of. I think there is like a couple of flash forward scenes of like the war and stuff, but like it's it's on a budget. It's a network television show, so like.
Yeah, I might have to try. I mean, if it's one season, I might try and catch it and just see what it's like. Sorrel saying gutted when it ended. Loved the series.
Good show.
Suki Stackhouse. Yeah. True Blood was stupendous. So was Fridge. Absolutely Terry. Great series, both of them. The end was a shame, but True Blood was epic. Yeah, he dies. I'm trying to remember what happens at the end, but I'm sure isn't he buried or something at the end, Chris? I can't remember, but I loved it, and it gave oh man, who's the actor that no, my mind's gone blank. Was he in It?
What are you asking?
The actor, one of the main actors in it, Eric, in it is one of the three brothers. There's the guy who was in It, and then there's the guy who was in the fighting film recently. Not remember the names.
Not sure.
Nope.
Who plays It in It?
The Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's Bill Skarsgård who's in this or if it's his brother.
Oh, it's Alexander Skarsgård, I think. Yeah. Or Stellan,
Blank,
one of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, if you'd been more supportive, I might have given you a cup there, but now you're blessed.
I do try.
Anton? No, yeah, I could see the grin on your face. You were mocking.
To be honest, I wasn't listening, so I wasn't sure what you were talking about. So I
you
zoned out
phone
for a
again,
second.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was in the X-Files as well. Very cool. Still not seen True Blood, but once I'm done with OG Miami Vice, wow. Von Hoot, I predict you will love True Blood because it's very, very good. Yeah, opening credits of theme of True Blood is phenomenal. Yeah, it's quite disturbing. It's animals rotten, isn't it? And maggots, fox maggots going over its eyes and things like that. Wayne's not seen True Blood either. Need to catch up with that one. Wayne is well worth a watch. Whatever happened to Sarah Connor Chronicles? I started watching it, it just seemed to fade away. Yeah, ended after one season, I think.
Yep.
And still getting grief, James. Still getting grief.
No, Fuzzy, to be fair, when you were my age, a house was 3 shillings and a box of eggs.
Wow.
So, like, fucking...
Wow.
The cheek. Do you know what the housing market is like right now?
He's been saying that for
Unbelievable.
20 years. My uncle gave me a scolding when my nanny brought me a few True Blood season box sets home. I had to go, yeah, it is. It's certainly raunchy. Yeah, it's certainly raunchy. That's God. That's right. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's his brother. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and he's a very, and I can say this quite confidently, he's a very sexy vampire in it, I have to say. Anton, Fringe is a great show. That's Grown Up X-Files. Yeah, that's right. He's the professor in Thor. Yeah. Yep. Shots fired. I think it would be fair to highlight that 2008 was all right, wasn't it? Absolutely, Chris. You see, we're turning you. We're getting there. And then we had some cartoon introductions.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, we had Wolverine the X-Men, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Batman Brave and the Bold. Now, I've watched all three of those series, but I couldn't give you any detail on any of them, other than Batman was quite campy and quite fun, like a fun version of Batman. I remember Wolverine and the X-Men being like an adult version, quite gritty. Can't remember a lot about Spectacular Spider-Man.
It's the best one, man. Best Spider-Man anime. I think it's the best animated Spider-Man show. That the theme song, the Spectacular it's so good. Like cool, unique versions of characters. Like Kraven's like a lion man in it. I thought that was kind of cool. Like it sounds on paper like that'd be crap, but it's like it works really well in the show. It did the black suit storyline like flawlessly, I thought. Yeah, it was great. No, that's the following one. Ultimate Spider-Man is the Drake Bell one. This one was it's escaped me now. He's in loads of stuff, and then he came back for Invincible. He plays the Spidey version in Invincible.
Efren, have you seen any of those?
I've seen Wolverine and the X-Men, but I don't remember much about it, to be honest with you. I think I've seen the Spectacular Spider-Man. Is that the one where MJ gets lost and they never resolve it? Just gets lost?
No, that's the Spider-Man, the animated series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then no, I've never seen this one.
It's give it a watch, Efren. It's great. It's really great. Yeah. 3
great animated series there. Just going to jump to the chat again, guys. Connie, it did, Connie.
It did. I do
I
remember.
I sadly missed that one.
Wildcats.
Didn't have enough slides, Connie. Yeah.
I don't know where to go. What's the right team?
2 seasons of Sarah Connor. My apologies.
Oh, it was? Oh my gosh, I thought it was just one.
Wolverine and the X-Men will always be one of my favourite shows. Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, it was great. I seem to remember it being quite an adulty version of the X-Men at first. Wolverine and the X-Men was amazing. Wayne loved all 3. Brave and the Bold was great. Not arsed with the other 2. 31 episodes in all of Sarah. Okay, good stuff. Thank you for that, Terry. Once a wild cat, always a wild cat. Okay, gaming news, Mr. Keegan.
Yeah, yep.
Top game of 2008. Stop looking at your phone.
I'm not. I don't need to.
You literally. We'll play the tape back. You literally went.
I was getting the list up for the stuff you don't mention. I don't need, because it was very obvious what the biggest game on April 29th, 2008. Grand Theft Auto 4 came out.
It wasn't the biggest selling game. Sorry, game of the year. It wasn't game of the year.
What do you mean by game of the year?
The game that was awarded game of the year.
By who? There was no game awards. This was the Spike Game Awards.
There was. I googled it. Game of the year.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Nah.
Fallout 3.
Nah.
Well, I don't know. Fable 2.
Had you done your slides, you would know this answer. It was, and I've never even friggin' heard of this. Okay. It was Little Big Planet.
Oh, I love Little Big Planet. Yeah, I remember we were in Manchester about the Sackboy.
That's right. I knew I
yeah. Sackboy. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I recognized
PlayStation icon. Yeah, it's like a side scroller, and you like the whole thing is you create you can like create levels, and like there's all stickers and stuff, you can decorate them and shit. So like Media Molecule, the company that makes them, always it's always about creating stuff, like it lets you do it. So like, you know, precursor to Minecraft, I guess, in a way as well. But yeah, no, Little Big Planet's the shit, man.
There's been lots of sequels, hasn't there? But it's not something that I've ever really.
There's 2, 3. There was a PSP one. There was a PS Vita one, and I think there's a karting one as well, if I remember.
Yeah. And then we had this. Now I do remember this. This was Jax just mentioned it. Spider-Man: Web of Shadows.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. I remember having this on. I think it was the PlayStation, not on the PlayStation. Because I wouldn't have
Xbox.
had a PlayStation. Xbox, I probably had it on.
Yep. Xbox 360.
Good. I know I'm not a gamer, but good gaming mechanics. I seem to remember enjoying webbing and jumping around the city, and fighting style and all that.
I still think it has the best combat system of any Spider-Man game. So the thing is, you can switch back and forth between the black suit and the regular suit, and you have different like fight moves for each of them, and like you can do it on the fly. It was awesome. But like it was you like kind of web to people, and like you can bounce off them, you kick off of them, and then you web to the next one. You can do it in the air and stuff when you're fighting like vultures, men with jetpacks and stuff. So good. The only thing I let down was the voice actor for Spider-Man is awful, like just a whiny lich, and it's just really, really annoying. Like if you watch like cutscenes of this, you're just like, ugh, like why would they go with that person? That's the only thing that let it down. It's great otherwise, yeah.
Good game. And then we've got a whole host of different games. Now, James, do you want to touch on some of these and just briefly about some of them?
Yep, Grand Theft Auto 4, biggest game of the year. That was, at the time, the most successful first 24 hours in any entertainment product in history. So I think it made $1 billion in 24 hours or something like that. It was the fastest thing to make that. Changed gaming, like really was, the hype for it was unreal. It had been, I think, 5 years since San Andreas, and like I remember I'd never been as hyped for something ever. So I got that day one, and I played it for 34 hours straight. Literally just went to the toilet 2 or 3 times, and that was it. Like pretty much just played it the whole way through. It was great, but like it's a cool story. It's like it's a fake version of, it's a Liberty City, which is like New York City, and you're like a Eastern European immigrant who comes in. He's looking for a guy who betrayed him in a war like 20 years ago. So like you're working for gangsters in the city and stuff. It's just so cool. A lot of people would argue it's the best GTA game. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think it is. In terms of the narrative, the city, everything, it's just flawless. So like, love that one. Aside from that, Dead Space, really great horror, kind of alien inspired thing. The whole thing was like you have to shoot like limbs off of, like headshots don't do anything. So you're like like an engineer or something like that. So you use tools. You have like a plasma cutter, which is used for repairing things, and you use that to like dismember the enemies and stuff. So that was a great one. Metal Gear Solid 4, awesome, one of the best in the series. Prince of Persia reboot was cool. Mirror's Edge, really cool first person kind of parkour game a lot of people love. Fallout 3 is sort of considered the best. Hey cousin, let's go bowling, it's good. Fallout 3 is considered the best in that series. Most people would agree, and that was kind of the one that kind of brought in a lot of the things like in the show. A lot of that is from the game as well. Left 4 Dead, really cool co-op shooter. Resistance 2 I love. Resistance 2 is a great one as well, like a World War II but aliens invade kind of game. That's great. Mario Kart, obviously a classic for the Wii. Yeah, just a really great Bad Company. This was a great year. This was like the first year I got a PS3 at the end of 2007 for Christmas. So this is my first like full year of gaming. Yeah. I was just like, so many great games. I'm very nostalgic about this era. I could literally go in about 90% of these games. I'd have something to say, but I
remember playing Call of Duty World at War. I remember Rainbow Six. In Vegas. I enjoyed that.
Funny about World of War, my dad worked with a guy who could get review codes for games, and he gave me, I'd never played Call of Duty before, and he gave me a copy of that like 2 weeks early, and I went to school with it, and people were freaking out, and I didn't know what the big deal was. So I was just like, I got the new Call of Duty. What? Oh my god, But at the end of it, how Call of Duty has a zombies mode?
Yes.
So that was the first game to do that, and it was a surprise. They didn't tell people about it. It was like when you finish the game, you get to the credits. So theoretically, I'm one of the first people. I would have been in the first like 2-3% of the world to know that there was a zombies mode and things. So I came in and told people about it, and they were like, didn't believe me and stuff. No, there's no zombies. What are you talking
about? Put that
about?
on your CV? Is that on your CV?
No, it's just a little.
You should do.
It's just for me.
Peter, why didn't you ask me about video games? How come you went straight?
I was about to come to you, Efren.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
All these video games on here, I only played one. Guess which one?
I'm gonna see. I'll play that now. I'm gonna say Mario Kart.
Ding, 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 ding. That's the only one I play.
What year, James, did the Wii come out then? If that's Mario Kart, that year.
2006, Christmas 2006, I think, and then you couldn't get it really until end of 2007. Like it was so scarce. And then like PS3 came out mid 2006, and there was just none available. I remember at Christmas that year, so I had to wait till the following year to get it.
We got ours second hand. Someone selling one, because I think what happened with a lot of people with Wii's is they got very excited, they bought it, and then the excitement quickly runs dry with them. So we got it for the kids. It was canny. It was good fun. It was good fun.
I think to this day still the best selling console of all time.
Yeah.
Huge. Mario Kart for the Wii is the best selling game, one of the best selling games of all time, because it was a pack in, like you buy it with it.
Good stuff. Lots of good games. So a good year for gaming in 2008. Devil May Cry. I remember getting the first one of those when it very first came out and absolutely loving it. It was a great game.
Oh, that's a great one. 4 is a cool one. Like a lot of these games, even if I didn't play the full game, I played the demo, because like back then every game had a demo, you know. But yeah,
Steve was saying Spore is a game that came out before time due to tech constraints. He was saying earlier on, he was working as a video game journalist in 2008. Good time.
Wow, really?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
That's
That's the route I wanted to go. It was just hard to get into. I got turned down for 20 jobs or something like that. So that was my dream. Spore is like a game you play God, I think, and you like create life and you watch it. Like it's sort of like The Sims. You watch it kind of grow and stuff. Like so cool.
Sorry. Fuzzy, I got a Wii 2 weeks early, so I was in the first 2% of people that dropped the controller.
That's cool.
I love the Wii. It wasn't allowed one because it would have broke the TV, so I could only play it at the other people's houses.
Break their TV.
Break their TV. Chris, I'm still in the 1% of the world who adhere to the use of the safety strap. Yeah. Okay, guys, we always end with a little bit of food knowledge. I have to say, 2008 was a pretty dire year for food. There wasn't a lot of excitement going on. There was a mass food shortage in a food crisis, but I wasn't going to talk too much about that. So instead, what I've done is I've just picked two food interesting stories. And then on the food website I go to get my facts, there was an interesting fact that I don't think is food related, but I've added it anyway. So, first one for you guys. What do you think this is in relation to food related?
Don't drink the tap water?
No. Efren, any ideas?
No. Some
Give
kind
you
of
a clue.
liquid.
This is
Man.
about genetically modified food. So New Zealand researchers developed a bit of food that they thought was going to revolutionize the world and how we cook. Any idea what it is?
A certain type of food, like meat.
Yeah, it's a vegetable. So it is. They spent millions developing a tear-free onion.
Oh.
So an onion that when you cut, you don't cry. It wasn't particularly successful.
I'd imagine. How much would that cost? A tenner an onion or something like that? Who's going to pay
14
that?
quid an onion, and it had arms and legs, you know what I mean, and an eye. So they spent a fortune developing this bloody thing, and then nothing really happened with it. So a bit of a food flop. This is an interesting one. Any idea what this might be about?
Well, a hot liquid.
So this is about Starbucks coffee shop. So Starbucks decided to shut every one of their US stores for 3 hours to do staff training. So they shut 7,100 Starbucks shops for 3 hours to do staff training, so the staff could be all trained on the art of espresso. There was absolutely rage in the streets because people were very upset about them not being able to get the Starbucks coffee, obviously. How much do you think it cost the company to give that 3 hours worth of training?
Oh, God. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even
In terms of,
fathom.
the loss of earnings.
Why would they do that to begin with? It doesn't make any sense.
Crackers.
Millions, probably.
Tens of millions. 6 million?
6 million. It cost them 6 million
3
to
hours.
train the staff in the art of espresso,
heck?
which is just
Dumb.
freaking mental, absolutely mental. The last story's not food related, but it did tickle me fancy, and it just shows once again how, different things. So this is in West Virginia. Any idea what this might be? I'll give you a clue. It happened at a police station. And it was between a police officer and a police officer and someone they were arresting.
I'm assuming it's like someone got charged with assault for farting on a police officer.
exactly.
Is that it?
So a police officer charged someone because they claimed battery when a prisoner farted in their direction, and to quote the police, utilised a technique called fart and fan. Wafted it towards the police officer. So the police officer charged him with battery
Wow.
for it. As it happens, the prosecutor's office requested that the case was dismissed because it was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so battery by fart. So yeah, interesting. Okay, guys. Just before we end, just a little bit. I asked the community, our Instagram colleagues, what was the best bit of 2008. We've got Sean saying the best RDJ movie, Tropic Thunder. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with it. Phil, Manchester United won. Cover that? Nah, that's sport. We don't do sport on this.
That's on my channel.
That's on Efren's channel. Yeah, that's on Efren's channel. Connie, season 4 of Doctor Who. God, yeah. David Tennant and Donna. Great. Played by Catherine Tate. A great series of Doctor Who. Fuzzy. Global financial crisis, recession, mortgages and pensions being wiped out. Also banks collapsing. Fun times. Fun times. Dr. Von Hoot, football friend. That's from In-Betweeners, isn't it? Probably is the best and simplest attack of a person's psyche.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that's In-Betweeners.
Yeah.
Mark, Dark Knight, Breaking Bad, Fallout 3. Yeah, we mentioned each of those. Mark. Jack, superhero movie, Jumper, and Role Models.
Superhero movie. You ever see superhero movie?
No, is that like the silly comedy version?
Yeah, one of those
I'm
like parody
surprised
movies.
that's 2008. I thought that came after the MCU.
No, it was it mostly riffs on like X-Men and Spider-Man, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wade, sod all. Absolutely sod all exciting happened. Fuzzy saying for a food fact, Domino's Pizza ran out of cheese on the day O.J. Simpson's car chase because so many people ordered pizza while watching.
That's hilarious.
Gripping,
That's crazy, isn't it?
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
gripping television.
Okay, guys. Hashtag 2008 in the chat, and we're going to pick you some comic books. Last couple of seconds to do that. Just shift this. So hashtag 2008. Last couple of seconds, and we'll pick some comics. Just to mention, over on my channel, we've mentioned memberships already, but a few videos out for you to watch. We've got Pop Culture Playback, all about the kind of the warning videos we used to get back in the day as kids. We've got my giveaway video where I'm talking about a recent trip to a comic fair and the comics I've picked up for the giveaway bin. The live show we did Saturday night with Super Sorrel was good fun, and then a video recently about 2 signed books I'm getting, which are Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Wonder Woman. Absolutely spot on books, so really love those books. Stephen's just saying, check that fact about the darkest place being in New Zealand where you can see the Milky Way. It's true. Excuse me, and one guy I worked for has been there. He had it's kind of a weird experience.
Yeah.
That would be incredible, absolutely incredible. Chris, any opportunity? Hashtag G-Spot. Yeah, so lots of interesting stuff to watch on my channel. Efren, what have you got happening over on your channel, mate?
Well, last Sunday, Peter and I did Up on Comics. Everyone wants to check it out. That's where we talked about that darkest place in New Zealand. I showed a slide of that. I do that every 2 weeks, so I'll probably do it, like I said, on a Sunday. Usually do it on Saturday or Sunday. Besides that, whatever pops in my head. Peter and I do our monthly advanced orders, which we did last week. Everybody wants to check out. Those are books that are coming out in July, right? Yeah, June, July.
Yeah. So it'll be August, is it?
Well, no, was it May? It was for May, June, July.
We missed June, so we did July last time.
Yeah. The next one up is August. Yeah, we'll be doing that in about 2 or 3 weeks. But besides that, whatever pops in my head, if I want to do something, like any shorts, stuff like that, So
Good stuff.
just having a good time with you guys, basically.
Good stuff, mate. James, anything? I hesitate to ask.
Well, we had One Good Scare live on Friday, so we talked about all the latest news. We reviewed all kind of latest movies. We talked about Final Destination. We talked about Drop. We talked about Until Dawn. We talked about Sinners as well. So that's up on the channel. And then I promise, Friday, Howling is going to be out. Okay.
Yeah.
I promise.
James.
Yes.
James. Mr.
Yes.
Keegan. Slight spoilers. We've talked a lot about The Last of Us, haven't we?
Yes, we talked about The Last of Us as well. Yeah.
This week's episode,
Yeah.
I've worked out what my problem with the series is.
Okay.
Oh.
The newest episode made me mad.
Okay.
Because I think they've ruined something for
Well,
the back half
yeah,
of the show.
You're a nude.
Isn't the show, isn't the season almost over with? Is not that many?
Next
One
episode,
more
last
episode.
episode.
Oh, that's too bad.
My problem with this series is when it's not Joel and Ellie's relationship, I don't care.
Oh, because you just loved
So-
you loved the new one, is it?
I loved the new episode.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. As a parent, it made us bubble. That's my problem. When Joel and Ellie aren't on, I don't think I really care about the characters.
About Ellie and Gina and Jesse
so
and
that's
Tommy.
my
and,
issue with it. I thought this week's episode was great, and also Anton's just saying, season of Doctor Who this year has been phenomenal. I went into this weekend's episode, which was about the Eurovision Song Contest, expecting to hate it, but absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, and Adil, is asking which is your favourite Spider-Man game.
2018, probably the PS4 one. That's great. I think that's a great like culmination of everything from previous Spider-Man games. But like Spider-Man 2 on PS2 is classic. Web of Shadows is great as well. So I would say those.
Mine's probably not one of those games. It was Marvel Alliance. Did you ever play?
Oh, Ultimate Alliance is great.
Ultimate
Yeah.
Alliance?
Like, yeah.
Loved that. I loved
Yeah.
the team up element with it with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Too. I thought it was great.
Yeah, cool.
Efren, have you ever played a Spider-Man video game?
I have, but I just don't remember.
Yeah.
So
Sorrel saying Doctor Who episode was the best episode of the season. I loved it, mate. I thought it was great. This episode of Last of Us was freaking phenomenal. Nelly wrote it. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely
gotta
great.
watch it now.
Loved it. Miles Morales was better, just a bit short. Von Hoot, Pump the Brakes. In 2008, Donna Friedman was gifted to the to the world of neighbours. No Donna, no Harley Quinn. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fuzzy's saying next year, 1969. Let's do it. Let's lock that in, Fuzzy. You're the first there.
Wow.
1969 it is. Right, chaps. Let's share my screen and we can give away some comic books and call the night. So,
I was the only one around in 1969. I was 10 years old. So
plenty of nostalgia there. The gaming section's going to be a challenge, but we'll see.
It's literally nothing. I don't want to send you any slides at least.
I mean, you never do. You never do. Anyway, 2008, we'll have 26 entries.
Wow, a lot.
Incredible. Thank you very much. So, good luck, everybody. Let's draw some comic books. Let me get this near us.
and you have to be here to win. So
Pong. Oh, Stephen. Superb. Congratulations. Our new channel member, Stephen, has won some comic books. Stephen, let's just remove that. Right, chaps, you know the routine. 5 books to start with you, James. You can tell us where you want to go, or you can just tell us to stop.
The very front. Go to the very front.
The very first book.
Yep.
Okay. Efren?
the very first book now.
Okay, interesting. James?
The first book. The second book in.
Efren?
Do your finger roll.
I can't reach. Has he nodded off?
See, give out to me about it. I never do this to
keep
you.
on going forward. Keep on going forward. Towards you.
Jesus.
Okay, the very first one.
Okay, good man. And last one, James.
Very back.
Oh, how are you, man? Ooh. Okay. Right. Stephen. You have got a vintage book. This is Green Lantern and Green Arrow 102. I'll make myself big. Hang on. Fuzzy says that was gripping. Oh, Jesus. Look at
That's
that.
too big.
So we've got Green Lantern and Green Arrow. Nice old book for you. We've got a variant cover, Spider-Verse #1. Just recently got that put in the box. So that's nice. Gwen. We've got a Werewolf by Night. Ooh. #1.
Nice.
We've got, this is a very special book, Stephen. I know you're relatively new at the channel, but this is a very special book. This is Sync 14 with the first appearance of TripleG Comics. So I'm in this book.
Oh, no way.
You'll never find it. You'll never find
Sign
it.
it. Sign it for him, Peter.
Yeah, Alex Cormack.
Do actually.
Alex Cormack drew me into this book. And you've got a nice classic book. This is Batman 500 foil cover when Azrael becomes the Bat, I believe.
Decent.
So, yeah. So
That's a Joe Quesada cover too.
Yeah. So there you go, mate. 5 books. I think I've already got your address. So, but if not, just send us it again. What the hell am I doing? Just send us your address again, mate, just to make sure I've got it. That would be great. Thanks. Okie dokie. Right. Thank you so much to everybody that has joined in tonight. Been a great show. I had 26 people watching at one point, which is amazing for my silly little channel. Do appreciate you all watching. Live tomorrow night with Sorrel over on his channel at 8 o'clock. So please do join for that. I'm going to do a members only live at the latter part of the week, just to show you some of the bits and bobs that I've picked up for you, and to do another giveaway.
I'm going to crash that video, by the way, so just jump in.
And that's it for the time being. So thank you so much, everybody. Do appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you next time. Say bye, everybody. Bye.
The curtains close. It's time to go. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Check out my channel for more geeky fun and hit like, subscribe before you run. All that remains is our thanks to you from Triple G and his YouTube crew. We really do hope you come on back, but for now, that's your whack. Yeah, that's your